Hello everybody, my name is Slicey and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be continuing on the gear guide series. Today we're going to be focusing on sets and where to farm, where to get the sets, and just things like that. So, first thing, let's talk about the sets. I'm just going to talk about each set and tell you probably what tier I'd give it. There's a lot of sets, so let's get going. I'd say, so life set you get from Ice Golem, it is about a C tier, maybe even D tier set. It's not very useful. It's not used all that much. Offense is another one from Ice Golem. It's not all that good, just 15% attack. I'd say it's about C to D tier, as well as defense. All three of these, the exact same place, the exact same thing, except this one gives defense. Speed, get it from Dragon, one of the best sets in the game. Probably an S minus to S. There's one, I'd say there's 1 to 2 sets that are arguably better, but definitely up there. Crit rate, I'd give about a B tier. You get it from Ice Golem. It's pretty solid, but it's not anything that, I mean, obviously I really don't have any, so it's not all that great. That can't be said about all sets though, because I am missing one set in the game, and it is a very solid set. So we'll get to that when we get to it, which will be at the very end, because I don't have it. This one you get from Ice Golem, I don't know if I mentioned that. Crit damage, I would give an A tier. You get it from Fire Knight. It's pretty solid, good for your damage dealers. We're going to be using it. People like Husk, where they're doing the max HP hits. Pretty solid. Yeah, like I said, probably A tier maybe. Accuracy, another A tier set. You get it from Dragon. It's really solid. Definitely worth farming. I have a lot, so very good set. Resistance, probably a B tier set. You get it from Ice Golem. It's not all that good, but it can be very good. See, like triple resistance, but it can be very good, but it's not all that great. Lifesteal, I would give a B plus. It is really good early on, and then as you get further in the game, it becomes virtually useless. You get it from Dragon. Yeah. Fury, you get it from Fire Knight. It's probably like a C tier set. It's really not used on anyone. I'd say there's very few people who will ever use this. Days, another C tier set. It's just worse of any of the other CC ones. Cursed is an F tier set, one of the absolute worst sets in the entire game. Oh, by the way, you get this from Dragon. Cursed, get it from Ice Golem, one of the worst sets in the game. F tier easily. Frost, I'd give a C tier. You get it from Dragon. It's not all that good, but it's not useless. You could use it sometimes in maybe Doom Tower or even 3v3 arena, I could see. Frenzy, this is not the best set, but I'd give it, you get it from Fire Knight. It's probably about a C tier. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. I'd put it right at C tier. I'm comfortable with that. Regeneration, S tier set, one of the best sets in the game. Get it from Fire Knight. It's becoming one of the most important sets to have in the game. I need to get a lot more. But yeah, S tier set, definitely. Immunity, I'd give a B plus. There's a better version of it, and we'll get to that. But this is probably about, yeah, I'd give it about B tier. You get it from Fire Knight. Nothing disappointing with it. You know what you're getting. Shield set, Fire Knight. I'd give it about an A tier. There's better versions, but for a free-to-play player, this is a really good set. Can be used. Arena, Doom Tower, just different things like that. Wave clearing, often used with the seer team. Give it about an A tier. Relentless, S tier set. Chance to get an extra turn. Self-explanatory. S tier. Really hard to get though. I barely have any, as you can see, but S tier set. Savage, another S tier set. The best set in the game, besides one more that we'll go to for damage dealers. And yeah, you get it from Oh, by the way, you get this from tournaments and stuff. By winning tournaments, it's hard to get. So yeah, this you get from Fire Knight. Definitely, you can see I farm a lot for it in that S tier set. Destroy is a C tier. The only time you're ever going to use this is on a Scarab team. You get it from Dragon. Stun is a A+ set. Putting out a stun AoE is like on an AoE person. Putting out stuns is amazing. It's the only thing that allows people to do certain secret rooms inside of Doom Tower. Really good. Definitely, yeah, I'd say, what did I say, A+, yeah, I'd say probably A+ set. You get it, yeah, like I said, get it from Fire Knight. You get Toxic is probably a B to maybe a B+ set. No. B- to B set. You get it from Dragon, and it's really only good for, I mean, what? It's good for Clan Boss. That's the only place I've ever seen it used, and on Sugar, but it's the only person. Provoke is probably a B tier set. It's not as good as Stun set, but it is really good in Hydra, and can be useful inside of Arena since it has that higher chance than a Stun set. Good set overall. Yeah, B tier, B+ maybe. Retaliation, C tier. It's just counterattack when hit, nothing special. Get it. Oh, by the way, kind of forgot. Provoke, you get from Ice Golem. Retaliation, you get from Ice Golem. Avenging, you get this from Dragon. It's probably just another C tier set, just worse version of Retaliation. Stalwart, ooh, give this a B+. No, an A+. An A+ set from Dragon. Minus 30% damage taken from AoE attacks. Very good, A+. Curing is probably a B tier set. It's good for your people like your Vogoths and stuff to help them put out more heals. Solid. You get that from Fire Knight, by the way. Cruel and Immortal are both, in my opinion, S- sets. They're not quite that S tier, but they are some of the best sets in the game. You get them both from Clan Boss. Very good sets. These you're gonna pair with, and this one you're gonna pair with the Savage, and then this one you're gonna pair with an Immortal. I mean, with a Regen set. Both really good, S-, just because they're the ones you pair with instead of the ones that you're actually using. The other two I already said were S. These three are right here, all about the same, all about B tier. No, actually, no. I'd say these two are B tier, maybe even C tier. You get them from Arena, and that's really the only way to get them. And then this one right here is also from Arena, but it's a little bit more useful. I'd give it a B tier. Yeah. So moving down, we have Divine Speed equal to Speed. S. If I said S- on Speed, it's an S. This is also an S. They're both some of the best sets in the game. They're the same thing. It's just speed. Very important. The most important thing, actually. Swift Parry. This is, let's say, another S- set. Can be used. It's a very versatile set. Can be used on damage dealers and even revivers. You get this from Faction Wars, and then also Plat Arena. Very good set. Deflection, on the other hand, is probably a C tier set. It gives good stats, but this is pretty useless. You're not going to be using that very often. I mean, sure, there's times where it can be used, but it's not that good. Resilience, B tier set. It's just 2-piece, some HP and some defense. Pretty, not bad, but not good. Perception, S+. The best set in the game, in my opinion. Get this from Faction Wars. You get Resilience from Faction Wars too. S+ set right here. The best set in the entire game. Right along with one other one we'll get to. Affinity Breaker is a C-. It's basically useless. You're never going to use that. Untouchable, I think, yeah, I'd give it an A+, maybe. For that extra resistance. It's a good set. It's really good. For people like your, what's his name? He's the very end of the missions, you get him. really solid for him. Don't see it on anybody else but him, but yeah. You get this from Doom Tower, you get this from Doom Tower. Fatal, you get from Doom Tower, probably in B, give it a B. It's just some attack plus crit rate, which isn't useless, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best. Frostbite is, I'd give it an A. It works a lot like the Sheep does, like the Sheep Ascension, Red Star Ascension, Awakening, like the Red Awakening, works like the Sheep. Get this from Doom Tower. Yeah, I'd give it about an A. Bloodthirst, probably a B. Just the exact same as, it's just a better version of Lifesteal. It's nothing amazing, but it's not bad at all. Guardian, S tier set. It's amazing for clan boss. It's amazing for things like the Iron Twins. Very, very good set. S tier. Fortitude, I'd give an A. It's resistance plus defense, so people are using resistance on, you probably want that defense on. Really good. I'll give it about an A. Lethal, the other S plus set, second best set in the entire game, because crit rate plus your savage is just, it's amazing. In my opinion, second best set in the game. Protection is, I'd give an A plus. It's overall a really good set. You get all these things, and it's really, really good. A plus, maybe even S minus. It's an amazing set. You get it from Hydra. Lethal, by the way, you get from Doom Tower. Fortitude, you get from Doom Tower. I'm not sure if I went over these all. Stone Skin, another S plus set. Probably the third best in the entire game. Could argue to be the best set in the game, just because it's so meta changing. But Stone Skin, it's just, you get it from Hydra, you get protection from Hydra. Hydra, this is why Hydra's one of the most important parts of the game. It has two of the best sets in the entire game. Killstroke, I'd give it a A minus. It is, you get it from the clan shop. It's pretty okay. Yeah, nothing too much to say about it. Instinct, you get it from Forge Pass. I'd give it a A. Yeah, I'd give it an A, because it's like kinda savage, but then it's not, but it also gives speed. So it's about an A tier. Bolster, another S tier set. It's like regen plus shield. It's just an amazing set. Definitely deserving of S tier. Defiant, another S tier set. It's like a mini, it's like Stalwart but better, and if you put a 4-piece, it's just Stalwart but better. But you can put it even in a 2-piece. S tier. Impulse is S tier, maybe even S plus. Yeah, no, this is S plus. This is a lot like the set I don't have, which we'll go look at in a minute. But it's just better. I give it S plus. Is one of the most useful sets in the entire game. And then Zeal is probably an A plus. I haven't ever seen it used yet, but it could definitely see it being extremely strong on certain nukers like Baron. I think Baron is going to go absolutely nuts with this set. You get both of these from Live Arena, by the way, and then Defiant, Bolster, Instinct are all from Forge Passes. And then the last set I do not have a single piece of, which I'm very surprised at, is Reflex. Reflex is one of the best sets in the entire game. 40% chance to reduce S tier easily. It's one of the most useful ones for PvE stuff. So yeah. Anyways, so now let's move on to kind of like where I would be using these things. Well, no, when I would be farming them, not where, but when I would be farming them. So early on, you're probably not going to be able to farm high enough in the dungeons for it to even matter. You're probably just going to be doing maybe at most, let's say 12 to 13 dragon, which, I mean, once you get to 13 you can get 6 stars, which isn't bad. But early on, you're going to want to go into your campaign here, go to Brutal, and then just farm gear in these places. You want to be going for lifesteal and speed. Those are the two things you want to be going for early on. Those are very important early on. But then as you move up, you want, still like early mid game, you want to start getting lifesteal from Dragon. And then I'd say that's the early game, is basically just lifesteal. And then, I mean, also spider. Spiders, just amulets, rings, banners, very, very, very important. But mid game is when you really start taking on spider. You start getting all your accessories. Mid game is where you're going to be moving, maybe even. No. Mid game is probably when you're going to be going for a lot of speed and even starting to get your regen sets up. Regen being very good, and then you could also try to be getting stun and shield at this point in time. And then, like I said, speed, accuracy, lifesteal. You're probably also trying to be getting those, and even maybe stalwart for clan boss. That's around the mid game. That's probably where you're going to be there. And then as you move closer to late game, you want to start pushing into late game. You want to start pushing into end game. You're going to be spending almost every single bit of your energy in Fire Knight. You want savage and you want regeneration. Those are the two things you get from dungeons, like these main three, that even matter at that point. What truly matter, I mean, like I said, reflex is amazing, but you can't. It's just not worth it. This place isn't worth farming. Just do live arena. I don't know. I refuse to farm Ice Golem. However, yes, this is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time, as well as mid game and stuff. You're going to be getting into Hydra big time. You want to be getting these. You need to be getting this stone skin, these protection pieces. Very important. And I guess even in mid-game, you could be working on things like Faction Wars, getting the Faction War gear, because again, Perception is the best set in the game. You want to be getting a lot of it. You want to be farming big time in here to get this, and even Swift Parry. Very, very important sets both. I wouldn't say Swift Parry is important, but it's very good. And then Doom Tower, I would say, is more of a mid to late game thing. In game too. But I'd say you're not really getting to farm anything that's worth it up until probably mid-game. Because you're going to be getting these 4-star pieces, I think. What is it? Yeah, where's the reward info? Yeah, you're going to be getting 3 to 4-star pieces. And in my opinion, that's just not worth it. You'd be better off waiting until you can do even just the first floor of hard. Or, I mean, higher up to where you can get 5 stars. So that's probably going to put you around mid to late mid game. And even late game. Some people, a little bit late game, not like truly late game, but can do at like maybe up to 40. That's as far as they can go. But they still have access to those 6-star pieces, and that's what's important. Outside of that, guys, a lot of the sets I said don't really matter all that much, but you're probably going to get while you're farming different things, farming up your sets here, trying to get your savage and regeneration. You can end up with a lot of good crit damage and good stun sets, even good shield and immunity sets while you're here. Like here, speed, accuracy, and stalwart are your lookouts. Here, your only lookouts are gonna be reflex and provoke, and maybe crit rate. And yeah, so when it comes to dungeons, Fire Knight's the most important one to get down besides Spider. Spider is the most important one to get down. Fire Knight, the second most important. And then Faction War is probably the most important thing when it comes to gear. Just getting that perception is so important. Hydra, another one of the most important places in the game to get down. I'm 1 king each difficulty. That's very important, so I can go in here and get this 6-star mythical and things of stalwart. I meant not stalwart, stone skin and protection. And then as well as clan boss is going to be throughout the entire time. That's why I didn't mention it. You're going to start off doing clan boss, you're going to end out doing clan boss, and you're going to get good gear over time. So that's nothing to be upset about, especially when you start getting to Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, getting those 6. Can you even get 6-star pieces here? No. It's just Nightmare, right? Oh, Nightmare you can't? Okay, then I guess Ultra Nightmare is just where you get 6 stars. Once you start getting those 5 to 6-star pieces, that's what really matters when it comes to clan boss. But even those 4 stars can help you early on. One last thing, and this is a more late game thing, more late to end game thing. I just recently moved up into a clan where we're actually starting to get these reaction things, but reaction and accessories and those different accessory special pieces are also very important. Reaction is one of the most important things in the game when it comes to PvP. This is just a game changer in PvP. This is a late to end game thing, in my opinion, but it's still very important. Even if you can get it early, then you're gonna start progressing faster and faster. Reaction like S tier. It's the best out of all the things for all the things for this. This comes from CVC. We got the refresh, which I believe, not 100%, I believe comes from the 3v3 arena. Definitely a good set, but it's just so inconsistent. But when you do get it, it's amazing. So I'd give it probably S- maybe. Cleansing isn't all that good, but it's not bad. If you get good ones in cleansing, then yeah, take it. That's nice. I believe is there 2 more or 1 more? Okay, I gotta check. Yeah, there's there's revenge, which is just counterattacking, which is good on your people that are going into your clan boss, doing those counterattack hits, as long as they're not doing turn meter stuff and messing with your things. But good for people like Draco and things, as well as even in, I guess, in arena sometimes it can be useful, but you want reaction in arena. Moving on to, do I even have one? I never really got any before. Blood Shield. This is good for places like Scarab, and even if in Seer teams, when you're trying to get your Seer set up and you're putting out damage everywhere, getting those little shield buffs helps with your Seer ripping those off and doing more damage. Give that about A to B tier. But yeah, guys, that is everything when it comes to the basics of gear, the sets, where you get it. And yeah, if you guys did like this video and want to see more, to the gearing stuff as we start to get deeper into gearing itself, building champions and different sections of the game, instead of like the first video where it was just an overall type thing, the next ones are going to be things like early game builds, mid game builds, late game builds, and game builds. I will do a video for each individual, as long as you guys are showing that you like these, as well as I will do a video when it comes to cleansing, what type of stuff you want to keep, what type of stuff you want to get rid of. Anyways, I've taken up enough of your guys' time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out, guys.